Here we go again. This was the case I last showed you. This is the case I showed you first. I will read the note inside this case a bit later. I'm sorry that I didn't. There is one too. There's an artist attached to this. This is nice and a lovely case. Amanda. And all the other stuff that was inside the case. Right? I'm gonna start setting it down a bit more now. Probably will, you know, play around with it. Because I'm a dumbass. Tell you the story as the story unfolded. We went, I did my first show with them. It was fun. First show was really fun. Yeah, I'll come back to my Instagram also. Don't get too confused about my, you know, whole run around story. I hope it's fun to listen though. So, first show was a cushion. Cushion? Yeah, it was a cushion. We brought our cushions and we did a show. There were chairs if you wanted chairs, you know. But we really generally sat down. It was more of a poetic thing. I mean, not really much of a rapper thing, more of a poetry thing. Which is pretty nice. I mean, I can poet, you know. I can poet. Trust. I poet good enough to be in a team, you know, in that school there. And they'd be happy to set me on whenever I pleased. So I was good enough, but I wasn't like too needy and shit. But, you know, I was still a fucked up person. Still probably am. But fuck you, you know how I do, you know, musician styles and shit. But, you know, not professional. Professional is definitely professional thing. It's time to do the same things. But I just know that I want to start, you know, monitor, always just type, shit. But fuck, that's not the point what I'm trying to say. I think a job, right? At least dreads are now considered as it. So you can kind of have them cleaned up and just tie them behind you and then, you know, or style them or something just. And if you like, a headdress would also be appropriate for, you know, you know, you're like, this isn't really that. Get it? Get your own. First show, I don't remember exactly which piece of art that I came up with. They of course they told us to bring something to the show. Come, invited bitch that I found laying around. She was pretty fine. Had fun. So came by, we watched, other friends also invited, gang group, everybody did the same. And we chilled and did a show. It was fun! Right, it was so fun. The crowd responded so well. There was like video, some audio. Some audio. I got some audio. Not audio, man. Sorry, some video. It's audible in the video. You can hear the response from the crowd. And sometimes the rehearsals, you could also create illusions from the crowd with rehearsals. It was really an artistic space. I don't understand why it wasn't something that you got in, like, got it. But it's really mind-blowing to work with a team of people when you're allocated a slot in time to work with these people to create your own artistic piece and then bring it to a group with these people. You know what I mean? It was really good to be in that group. It was really fun. Kind of group, man. Or just call them up or something. Maybe they'll let you join if you're artistic and really good or something. I don't fucking know. But what I was saying is they ain't paying me. I just went there. It's my experience. You listening? Just like these guys, they ain't paying me. There's calls in here. It's fucking loud. You know? And there's other stuff in here that's undisclosed. You know what I mean? First case though. And there's now two of them. Can you see it like that? Can you see it like that? Huh? Can you see it like that? Come to me, put it on this side. Maybe you can see it better here. Is it sexier? So, as I was saying, it was really fun. So the fact that it was fun isn't the only thing about it. It was also educational. When I did I sometimes decide to come with like a piece of paper that you wrote your poem on and you read your poem to the crowd. Nah, don't do that shit. That's like, think about it the same way as you would a performance of rap. A poet needs to arrive there already knowing their poetry. They have to spit the poetry and try to, capture and captivate the crowd with their poetry. At the same time, it was a round circle-ish, it was a circle vibe, which means that you needed to learn how to interact with a 360 crowd. So basically, if I were to book a stadium, I would be able to put a stage in the center of the stadium and fill the whole place up and everybody have a great show, because I know how to interact with a 360 thing, because that was part of the mandate of interacting in that. Knowing how to use the stage, use props, and understanding the crowd. It's crazy. But it's like boring, because you have to think, is this an appropriate prop? Why this? How much is too much? But it was great because it was a team, so you could see how other people thought about it. And were you slow to think? Were you fast to think? A lot of great people. I'm sorry, I say great because I thought of Maya. But look, she's female, so it doesn't matter. Throw out, toss that, scratch. We're not talking about the bitches. We're talking about like some chants that I hung out with. And I also met some other guys, like It's Timber Bruv and like LG. Oh, bruh, those guys were there. Those guys. But there are other guys that I met that weren't that, like Rover Boy and I'm sorry, I just thought about his shit because I'm looking at the content constantly, I'm not just Rover Boy, but just normal boy also. Yeah, that guy is funny as fuck. He's unorthodox. When I met him and hang out with him a lot, he used to always say, shout out! It was funny as fuck, and it would fuck with me because it's shout out, you know what I mean? Or shout out, or something like that. He goes, shout out! And it was just unorthodox, and I was like, the fuck's wrong with this nigga? That's how we met. I went there and had a conversation because of his shout out! So, pretty fun. Didn't really do content with everybody, of course, because, I also had to interact with individual people in groups, and also had to interact with different groups of individuals that were allocated separately. Had to do schoolwork, had to study, eat, and do my own shit. Like, come on, how much content can you create? It's really difficult. But trying to make it all, because there's even guys like Corey Vega and shit. I met there too. Like, nigga, bunch of people, bunch of cats, dog. But not too much hang around or hang with. But with the Korean, them I hanged with for a while, but it was a seasonal thing. It was pretty fun. It is very different, they Sipson. I mean, Sipson is good, but Sipson gets your tips in, and Tipson gets your no tips in. You know what I mean? Because when you're Sipson, you're always Sipsy. Yeah. If that makes some sense to you. So.